Hey guys, it's Nick with Huisen Furniture, and today we're going to be putting together our Better Homes and Gardens Cube Organizer Desk. This is our white finish. Before we get started, we want to make sure there's no damage to any of our parts. We have all our parts here, and then we have all our hardware. If you have damage to a part, you're missing some hardware, or you're missing a part, please refer to our number in the bottom right hand corner of our manual, and we'll get you taken care of. Now we want to go ahead and make sure we have all our parts. So we need to make sure we have our A top panel, we've got our B small top panel, our C1 left panel, our D1 middle panel, our E right panel, F bottom panel, we've got our G1 shelf panel, our H crossbar, and then we've got our I bottom panel, J front panel, and K back panel. And then go ahead and refer to your manual, make sure you've got all your hardware here. If you have all your hardware, no damage to any of your parts, all your parts are here, you're good to assemble. For step one, we're going to need 10 cam bolts, and we're going to need our Phillips head screwdriver. We're going to be screwing these cam bolts into our A top panel and our F bottom panel. I'm going to go ahead and screw into our F bottom panel over here. So this panel has two different holes, two different size holes on it. It's got a bigger dowel hole. It's going to be for your wooden dowels later on in assembly. And then it's got a smaller hole. We're going to be screwing our cam bolts into the smaller holes in each four of the corners. You want to screw these down until you can't see the threading anymore. You want to make sure you screw these in straight up and down. You don't want them hanging off to the side. Now we're going to move to the A top panel. This A top panel also has just two different size holes, a dowel hole and a hole for your cam bolts. So we're going to screw into the smaller hole with our cam bolts. So you should have 6 cam bolts screwed into your A top panel and then 4 cam bolts into your F bottom panel. Once you have those 10 cam bolts in, you should be good for step 1. For step 2, you're going to need 6 cam locks, and you're going to need 4 cam bolts. 4 cam bolts, 6 cam locks. We're going to be inserting these into our C1 and our E panel. So our E panel's right here. We're going to go ahead and insert our cam locks. We've got 2 cam lock holes right here. We're going to make sure our cam locks are pressed in all the way, and that the plus and minus on our cam lock is facing the pre-drilled hole on the side of the board. So the plus and minus of the cam lock is facing the pre-drilled hole, and it's pressed in all the way. Same on the other side. Okay, and then we need 3 cam bolts screwed into this E panel. There's 3 smaller holes that are for the cam bolts. We're going to go ahead and put those in. Once you got your 2 cam locks and your 3 cam bolts into this E panel, you should be good with that panel. Then we're going to need our other 4 cam locks and our 1 cam bolt for our C1 panel. The C1 panel's got 4 cam lock holes on the surface. Go ahead and put your cam locks in. Press them in all the way. Make sure the plus and minus is facing the pre-drilled hole on the side of the board. And then we're going to go ahead and put our cam bolt in the small hole in the middle of this panel. Once your 4 cam bolts are in and your 6 cam locks for these 2 panels, then you should be good with step 2. For step 3, you're going to need 4 cam locks and you're going to need 4 cam bolts. So we got 4 cam locks, 4 cam bolts. These are going to be going into our D1 panel. I'm going to go ahead and flip this over and put in our 3 cam bolts into our smaller holes. Once you got those 3 cam bolts in, go ahead and flip it back over. You've got a cam bolt hole in the middle of this other side of the panel. Go ahead and put your cam bolt in. And then you need to go ahead and insert your cam locks into your 4 cam lock holes. Make sure the cam locks are pressed in all the way and that the plus and minus are facing the pre-drilled holes. Okay, once you got your 4 cam locks in, your 4 cam bolts should be good for step 3. For step 4, we're going to need 4 cam locks and we're going to need 10 wooden dowels. We're going to be inserting these into our H, G, and I panels. So your H crossbar has 4 pre-drilled holes on the side. We're going to go ahead and put wooden dowels into those holes. And then our G1, we've got 2 pre-drilled holes on each side of it as well. We've got a third, that's for our cam lock, so we're just going to put our wooden dowels in the corner holes. Not in this hole, it's the cam lock hole. Now we're going to be putting our other 2 wooden dowels into our eye panels. There's a cam lock hole, pre-drilled hole, and then there's a pre-drilled hole that's not for the cam lock. We're going to go ahead and put our wood dowels in that one. Cam lock hole, dowel hole. Okay? And then we've got our 4 cam locks. We're going to need to put 2 cam locks into our G panel and then the other 2 into our I panel. We've got our 2 cam lock holes here. Make sure our plus and minus are facing our pre-drilled hole on the side. And then we've got our I cam lock holes. And these pre-drilled holes in the I panel are on this side, so the plus and minus is facing this way. Same with this over here. Once you got your cam locks in and your wood dowels into your H, G, and I, should be good with step 4. For step 5, we're going to need 4 cam locks. We're going to need 4 tapping screws, 2 wooden dowels, and our 2 hinges, and our white grommet. These are going to be going in our K back panel and our B small top panel. We're going to go ahead and take our cam locks, put them into our K back panel. Got our 4 cam lock holes. We're going to make sure our plus and minuses are facing the pre-drilled holes on the sides. The K back panel also has a pre-drilled hole in the middle. We're going to go ahead and put our wood dowels in the pre-drilled hole in the middle of the board, both sides. Then we're going to go ahead and put our white grommet on. Make sure your cam locks are facing up. Go ahead and insert your grommet into your K back panel hole. Then we're going to insert our hinges into our B small top panel. I'm going to take the bowl of the hinge and insert it into the cutout insert on the panel. And then you should have 2 pre-drilled holes on the side of that cutout, so you can put your 2 screws in. Go ahead and screw those in. Also going to screw in the other hinge. So the bowl of the hinge fits into the insert. Your 2 pre-drilled holes should line up with the bracket. Put your screws in. So once you got your cam locks in, your grommet, your 2 wood dowels, and your hinges on your B small top panel, you should be good with step 5. For step 6, we're going to be attaching our D1 and C1 side panels using our G1 and H boards. Before you start to attach these, you want to make sure everything's lined up properly. So your C1 and your D1 were flipped to the side where you got the cam bolt just in the middle of the board. And then you want to make sure your 2 wooden dowel holes in both sides are towards the top and the back of the unit. So top, back, this is where our H is going to attach. So how you want to do this, you want to go ahead and just get one side set up first. So we're going to go ahead and connect our wood dowels to our wood dowel holes. We've got our cam bolt to our cam lock. Should fit. Once you got it on there, go ahead and tighten your cam lock. While you've got this here, you want to go ahead and put your H into your 2 wooden dowel holes down here. And then we're just simply going to put the other side panel on the other side. So you got your 2 wood dowel holes that are going to fit in here, and your wood dowel holes that are going to fit here, and then you got your cam lock to cam bolt connection. And then go ahead and tighten your cam lock once that all comes together. And there's step 6. For step 7, you're going to need 4 wooden dowels. We're going to be putting our F bottom panel onto our C1 and D1 side panels. So you want to go ahead and flip this upright towards the bottom of the unit. So the bottom, we've got the cam locks, they face towards the bottom, and then the crossbar should be on the top, so the H is the top. So this is the bottom of the unit. We're going to go ahead and put our wooden dowels in. These outer holes are the cam lock holes, so we're going to put our wooden dowels on in the inner holes. And we're going to go ahead and line up our F bottom panel. We've got 4 cam bolts on it. We're going to put the cam bolts into the cam lock holes. It should fit on there just like that. Once that's on there, you want to go ahead and tighten down your cam locks on the inside. You should have 4 different cam locks to tighten. Once you've made sure all 4 of those cam locks are tightened, you should be good with step 7. For step 8, we're going to attach our D1 side panel and our E side panel using our K back panel and our I panel. First, we want to make sure everything's lined up right. So we've got our K back panel. You want to make sure the 4 cam locks are facing the back side of the unit. This is going to be the back side of the unit. We also want to make sure the grommet is facing down. We've got our 8 pre-drilled holes here. They'll be facing down. We're going to go ahead and attach this K-back panel to our D1 side panel. You've got your 2 cam bolts. We're going to make the cam bolt to cam lock connection. Go ahead and line that up. Once that's on there, go ahead and tighten your cam locks. Then we're going to go ahead and attach our I panel. You're going to make sure the finished side of this panel, there's an unfinished side and a finished side. You want to make sure the finished side is facing out, and then that your cam locks are facing up. So you got cam locks here, finished side here. We're going to go ahead and attach to our cam bolt here. We're going to tighten our cam lock. We've got that. Now we're going to attach our E side panel. You got your 3 cam bolts. You want to make your 3 cam bolt to cam lock connections. You got your 2 cam locks, and then you got your cam lock here. Go ahead and try to get all your cam bolts in. Should slide on there like that. Once it's together, go ahead and tighten your cam locks. Once those are tightened, you're ready for your caps for your cam locks on the back here. So I'm going to go ahead and spin this around for you. So we've got our cam locks on the back here. We're going to take our white caps, put them inside of those cam locks. Should fit in the middle of those cam locks. Once those are on there, you should be good with step 8. For step 9, we've got the unit faced up the right way. We are going to need 6 wooden dowels, and we're going to need 8 tapping screw 1s. We're going to be attaching our B top, small top panel to the top of our unit here. You're going to want to line up your hinge. You have 8 hinge holes here, 4 on each hinge. And we've got 4 pre-drilled holes on this back K panel. We want to go ahead and line those up. We're going to put those screws in. Okay, once you got your 8 tapping screws in, you're going to go ahead and take your 6 wooden dowels. We've got our dowel holes here on the tops of our side and middle panel. You've got your cam lock holes on the outside. So all the inner holes here, we're going to put a wooden dowel. All the inner holes. Okay, once you got your 8 tapping screws in and your 6 wooden dowels, you should be good with step 9. For step 10, you're going to need 9 cam lock covers. You're going to need your white cam lock covers, and you're going to need a Phillips head screwdriver and a hammer. We're going to be putting our A-top panel onto the top of our unit. This A-top panel has 6 cam bolts on it. We've got 6 cam bolt holes, and then we've got our 6 dowels and 6 dowel holes. So we're going to go ahead and line up our cam bolts to our cam bolt holes and our dowels with our dowel holes. And the should just slide on just like that. Once the panel's on there, go ahead and lock your cam locks. Should have 6 cam locks to tighten, 4 in this section and 2 over on that side panel. Okay, once your cam locks are tightened, you can go ahead and put your cam lock covers on. You're going to need a hammer for this. Just go ahead and insert your cam lock cover. Give your cover a nice little hammer so it fits in there. And then you also might be able to just press it in with your finger. If you can press it in with your finger, just go ahead and do that. But if you need the hammer, go ahead and use it. Okay, once you got your cam lock covers on your cam locks, then you should be good with step 10. So step 11 is for if you need to adjust this B small top panel. So if you go ahead and try to close it and you're catching somewhere and you need to make adjustments, it looks like we're fine right here, but if you're needing to make adjustments to where this panel either goes forward or backwards, then you're going to want to adjust this top screw in this hinge or in both of your hinges. And then if you're wanting to adjust the panel either up or down, then you're going to adjust this bottom screw in the hinge, and that'll adjust it up or down. So really only step 11 is used if you need to adjust this B small top panel. For the 12th and final step, we're going to go ahead and put our unit on its back. You're going to need your J panel. You're going to need 5 tapping screw 2s, 6 rubber pads, and a Phillips head screwdriver. We're going to be inserting this J panel in between our A and I panel. How you want to do this? You want to find your pre-drilled holes in the side of this J panel, and you want to line up your first pre-drilled hole with your first hole in your I panel. You want to go ahead and put a screw in it. So this J panel is going to fit in here pretty flush. So now we've got 1 screw in. We've got 4 more pre-drilled holes in this J panel. And then we've got 4 more holes in this I panel. We're going to go ahead and screw into the rest of those holes. Just lightly press down on this J panel, get it into place, lined up with this I panel. Should fit in there pretty tight. Get your 5 tapping screw 2s in. Once you got your 5 screws in, your J panel should be in there, nice and secure. We're going to go ahead and take our rubber pads and place them on the bottom of our unit. There's going to be a rubber pad placed in each corner of this F bottom panel. And then 2 pads are going to go in this side panel E over here. 1 on each side. So once you got your J panel in with your 5 tapping screws and your 6 rubber pads, you should be good with step 12. Alright guys, here's your Better Homes and Gardens cube organizer desk. Thanks for watching. Hope this helped.